All right, we're going to get started because we have a lot of exciting news to share today. Make sure I'm not too loud here. So good morning, everyone. I love that y'all are putting on these shirts. They're so bright. Should have thrown one on. But anyway, good morning, and thank you for joining us today for this really exciting occasion. So we have some very exciting news to share with all of you today. I am so delighted to report that the City of Grand Rapids established new records for protecting the safety of pedestrians and cyclists in 2018. This historic achievement was only made possible with the support of our Vision Zero public education campaign with an incredibly dedicated team of partners and stakeholders. So our Vision Zero Alliance, if you're not familiar with it, it includes a number of partners, and I'm going to name them just because they all deserve recognition. It's our Grand Rapids Police Department, who are doing incredible work every single day, our Grand Rapids Planning Department and Traffic Safety Division, Michigan Department of Transportation, the Michigan Office of Highway Safety, National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, Western Michigan University, driver training instruction companies throughout Greater Grand Rapids. They are absolutely key partners as we look to train future drivers. And then our city's new Driving Change Bicycle Safety Research Team. So you're going to hear more about each of these from each of these team members in a minute. But I can tell you that together, we have helped reduce crashes involving motorists to a 10-year low. I'm going to say that again. I know someone should clap, right? A 10-year low. And we have reduced our vehicle pedestrian collisions to a 3-year low. And the evidence is overwhelming. Yes, we should clap for that too. So Grand Rapids is showing extraordinary improvements in public understanding that responsibility for traffic safety truly is shared by all road users. The achievement from our 2018 Vision Zero campaign, it really reflects that we are indeed building a stronger culture of respect between people who are walking or cycling or driving. So today I'm joined by a number of leaders who have been with us in this important work, the Vision Zero Alliance, and I'm going to call up a number of them to speak, but I just want to highlight them. We have Grand Rapids Police Sergeant Kathy Williams. We have City Commissioner Ruth Kelly. We have Grand Rapids Transportation Division Planning Program Supervisor Kristen Bennett, National Highway Transportation Safety Administration contract recipient, Richard Bloomberg. Richard is president of Dunlap Associates in Stamford, Connecticut. He is also recognized internationally as a transportation research expert, and I am so proud to say that he selected Grand Rapids, along with Knoxville, Tennessee, as study communities to measure compliance with bicycle safe passing ordinances. So now let's hear more great news from our very own Grand Rapids Police Sergeant, the incredible Kathy Williams.
So I was worried I wasn't going to get a clap after following you up, and I do. So I just want to say how pleased I am to be able to stand before you and present positive news, right? So often, yeah, right? So often I stand up here and talk about crime or negative things, so this is really a pleasure for me to be able to talk about this topic today. So thank you, Mayor. Grand Rapids became Michigan's first municipality to implement Vision Zero strategies after the City Commission unanimously approved the proposal, along with the city's most stringent crosswalk policy in this February. The Vision Zero initiative in Grand Rapids comprises 2 public education efforts that involve the Grand Rapids Police Department. First, Heads Up GR is the city's 2nd annual pedestrian safety campaign. Heads Up GR informs the community about the new Grand Rapids ordinance that requires drivers to stop at all pedestrian crosswalks. The goal of the pedestrian safety promotional messaging this summer was to lower Grand Rapids' higher than state average rate of pedestrian-involved crashes with motor vehicles. We also have the Driving Change campaign. Now, the Driving Change campaign in Grand Rapids is a nationally recognized push aimed at significantly reducing crashes between bicyclists and motorists and generating broad awareness of the city's safe passing ordinance. So it's an educational piece, right? The City Commission passed the state's first 5-foot wide passing ordinance in 2013. This ordinance requires motorists to keep at least 5 feet between the right side of their vehicle and the bicyclist that they are passing, as well as other bicycle safety rules. The traffic safety results we're pleased today demonstrate that we can prevent our family members, our friends, and our neighbors from being hurt or even killed in crashes if we show more patience and pay more attention while traveling on our city streets. Now, for some highlights of these campaigns. There were 0 bicycle-related fatalities were recorded in Grand Rapids from April of 2018 to September of 2018, for the last 6 months. There were 40 bicycle crashes recorded during that same 6-month span, which was the city's lowest since 2008, 10-year low. There was only 1 fatal vehicle pedestrian crash, and 43 total vehicle pedestrian crashes were recorded in Grand Rapids from April through September. Now, this is the lowest since 2015. Our department is committed to working with city staff, with volunteers, driver training companies, neighborhood and business groups, and other stakeholders in the community. We are working towards a common objective: to make Grand Rapids streets traveler-friendly for everyone. Now, let's hear from our friends over at the city's Traffic Safety Division. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kristen Bennett with the City's Traffic Safety Division, and Richard Blumberg here is our research manager for the project that we were invited in to participate. So, Richard, if you want to.
Thank you, Kristen, and thank you, Mayor. It's a pleasure to be back in your beautiful city. I'm always happy to be here. We selected Grand Rapids and Knoxville for this research project because of the level of cooperation that you're hearing about today, and also because Grand Rapids was innovative in passing a 5-foot passing law for bicyclists, whereas most other cities that have the law have a 3-foot law. And so it set up an ideal research opportunity to examine the relative effectiveness of 3-foot versus 5-foot. And of course, everybody in town should realize that the costs of this project and everything related to it were paid by our research effort. So this is at 0 cost to the city, with the exception of the time of the city personnel who've been so giving of that time to the project. As part of this study also, we recruited a corps of very serious bicyclists from the local area, and many of them are here. Yeah, always remember to turn off your phone. And many of them are here, and these dedicated folks have been out riding on the streets of Grand Rapids with a device that is called the C3 Feet device. And what it is an ultrasonic device that measures very precisely the distance between the bicycle and a passing car. And this is also the device that the Grand Rapids Police Department has been using to enforce the law. So they're state-of-the-art devices, and Grand Rapids is the first community in Michigan to ever use them. The results of our research should be welcome news to everybody. The people in Grand Rapids, the drivers, are doing a good job. They're doing a very good job. They reached a record of 83% compliance with the law. That slipped a little bit. It's back down into the high 70s. But we urge everybody, we thank everybody for the great result, but we urge everybody to try even harder, especially now with standard time on when it gets dark earlier. It's harder to see a bicyclist, so you got to really look out for them and be careful when you're out there on the street. Now I'll turn it over to Kristen.
Thanks, Richard. We have a couple other important data points to share. We've done some community feedback surveys as well as part of this process so that we can kind of gauge how the community is feeling about the messaging that we've been putting out. And more than 9 in 10 people are now reporting that they understand that they need to leave 5 feet between the right side of their car and a bicyclist that they're passing. And then we've also gotten some impressive results with the Heads Up GR campaign. The pedestrian campaign has only been going on for about 2 years. Driving Chain's been going on a little bit longer. The Heads Up GR safety campaign was initially supported by a $120,000 grant that we got from the Michigan Office of Highway Safety Planning. And we partnered with Western Michigan, and they worked with us and our police department quite closely. The highlights from that campaign and the survey feedback that we had showed that there's been a 38% increase since when we started that campaign of the rules that pedestrians need to know that they need to follow to keep themselves safe when traveling. And then 95% of motorists are reporting that they understand that they need to stop for pedestrians now and not just yield to pedestrians. And there's a greater understanding that they need to comply with the new law that was passed by a city commission back in February. And more than 75% of the respondents to the New City Survey believe that Grand Rapids is actually becoming more friendly to people who are traveling not just by car, but on foot and on bicycle, and that there's a common understanding about getting along out there on the road. So now we can hear from Commissioner Ruth Kelly, one of our commissioners who supported the Vision Zero program and is a champion for both our Driving Change and Heads Up GR programs. Commissioner?
Thank you, Kristen, and thank you, Richard, also for coming and joining us again. So clearly, these two campaigns have been very effective, and we are very pleased to announce that today. You should know that Grand Rapids was required to actually develop individual campaigns for the bicycle and the pedestrian safety part of Vision Zero activities. So Grand Rapids began its Driving Change bicycle education in about 2016 with a grant from the Michigan Department of Transportation. And that was the first of its kind in Michigan, we're proud to say. The campaign was based on crash data analysis, community surveys, focus groups, input from community leaders, and reviews of existing campaigns. You just heard about the team of bicyclists who are with us today who participated in the federal research project. On behalf of the City Commission and the entire city of Grand Rapids, I want to thank the members of the Driving Change Bicycle Safety Research Team. Our community is safer today because of you, and because of your willingness to share the time, the talent that you have, and your expertise. Unfortunately, we had seen a 21% increase in traffic crashes involving both pedestrians and bicyclists in Grand Rapids between 2009 and 2016. And that was based on the most recent data available. Experts were attributing this rise to the increasing number of people in Grand Rapids, which we are certainly excited about, but most of them, or many more of them, were walking now and bicycling for transportation and for recreation. And of course, there's also the distractions from cell phone use, which we encourage people to stop doing. This trend in improved safety among pedestrians and bicyclists in Grand Rapids is tremendous. So today, we want to express our appreciation after those wheels stop turning over there, to all the Driving Change research writers who are here today and who've helped us make the quality of life we enjoy in Grand Rapids even better. So I would like to invite you to stand up, please, and face the rest of the audience so that they know who you are. These research team members, please stand, are all local residents. There's Joshua Chilcote, who's a master brewer. We have Josh Duggan, who is a lab analysis with our own Grand Rapids wastewater system. Eric Keys, an IT technology specialist. Kathy Pratt, who is an artist. Mark Schultz, Schlut, and I even asked about that name, and I still got it wrong. A graphic designer, Tom Tilma, a sales professional, and Sarah Williams, a healthcare practitioner. Please give them a round of applause. So thank you, volunteers, and thank you, Grand Rapids, and our whole community for making it safer to walk, bike, and drive through the city. I really appreciate the fact, I'm a bicyclist myself, that I feel so much safer, and knowing that people are aware and slowing down just a little bit to give us that extra a couple of feet over and above what others are doing in the state of Michigan. So thank you all, residents. Really, it's you that embrace this program and have worked to make it safer for all of us. And I'd like to now introduce our mayor again to come back for final words. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. We're so lucky to have so many amazing commissioners, but there are lots of things I appreciate about Commissioner Kelly, but what I appreciate most is that often when I pull into the parking ramp, I see her bicycle right there in her parking space. And so she's out on the street every day biking and has been really active in this effort. So again, I think I speak on behalf of everyone here at the city when I say that we are building on a really strong foundation as we continue to work to make sure that Grand Rapids is a safe place for everyone, regardless of your mode of transportation. Our focus moving forward from here will continue to be aimed at helping people appreciate Grand Rapids safety concerns regarding motorist interactions with cyclists and pedestrians. We all want to inspire them to encourage others to promote safe driving habits. So again, we can't do this work without the incredible partners that we have in our community. There are so many things I love about our city, but what I love most are the people here who are really dedicated, who are committed to coming together and working together to find a solution to a problem. And this is really an example of that. So I want to thank everyone who's been a part of this, all of our cyclists, also the West Michigan Bicycle Coalition, as well as all of the other partners who are here with us today. We have more work to do, but we sure have come a long way. So thank you so much.